Howdy, everybody. Cool. Always got to double check that I have audio when I do this alone. Because one day there's going to be a stream where I'm going to get halfway through, realize that I didn't have audio, and then if it's a visual novel stream, then that VOD is not going to go very well. But I digress. How's everybody doing tonight? Like I said in the going online message, unfortunately Cam is once again stuck at work. Gainful employment continues to be the #1 enemy of Tiptoe. But we are here, ready to ace some more attorneys. I said that, then I thought there was probably a way to interpret it that was wrong, but I can't think of one, so maybe not. Also, I think my lights are finally broken, so that's sad. I'll have to replace them eventually. But that's not the problem for tonight. There it is. It is Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney in Steam, not just Ace Attorney. Because if you go to A, you'll see Apollo Justice Ace Attorney, which is a different game. In fact, it's a different trilogy of games. But that's neither here nor there. Hello there! Howdy, Obsidian. Alright. That's right, it is day 2 of the Turnabout Sisters case. Before, or during the time that the stream was waiting to go online, I was definitely rewatching the old VOD to remember what the hell the voice I did for half these characters was. So I think we'll be good there. Do I remember anything about this case? Not particularly. But that's why we have the case record. Alright, let's see. September 7th, 10 a.m., District Court, courtroom number 1. Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Maya Fey. Oh, I gotta figure out an Edgeworth voice. He's definitely posh. He's very posh. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. No, it's... Because he's like the villain, but he's not a bad guy, so you want to have, like, sort of slimy. Here to show support, but I have the VOD volume low since I need to finish VOD 1. Sorry if you're being behind. Oh, you're fine, Obsidian. Let's see, what should this guy's voice be? The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. Yeah, that'll work. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Miles Edgeworth. I'd better not show any signs of weakness today, or he'll be on me in an instant. Mr. Edgeworth, please give the court your opening statement. Thank you, Your Honor. The defendant, Miss Maya Fey, was at the scene of the crime. The prosecution has evidence she committed this murder, and we have a witness who saw her do it. The prosecution sees no reason to doubt the facts of this case, Your Honor. I see. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. Let's begin, then. If we may call our first witness, Your Honor. The prosecution calls the chief officer at the scene, Detective Gumshoe. Alright. Before we let this go any further, I'm going to review the case log. Autopsy report for Mia caused single blunt force trauma, instantaneous death. We have Maya's cell phone, which has a conversation between her... we have Maya's cell phone, which has a conversation between Mia and Maya. Glass shards, because there was a broken light in the office. That's the clock she was killed with. There was a wiretap in Miss May's hotel room, and a receipt with Maya's letters written in blood. We have Mia Fey, the victim, chief attorney. Maya Fey. I didn't realize he was that much younger. Mia's little sister, a spirit medium in training. Detective at the local precinct in charge of the initial investigation. Marvin Grossberg, veteran defense attorney, Mia's mentor. April May, an eyewitness to the events. Miles Edgeworth, a gifted prosecutor. And Bellboy. Alright. Witness, please state your name and profession to the court. Sir, my name's Dick Gumshoe, sir. I'm the detective in charge of homicides down at the precinct, sir. Detective Gumshoe, please describe for us the details of this murder. Very well, sir. Let me use this floor map of the office to explain. The body was found by this window here. And the cause of death? Loss of blood due to being struck by a blunt object, sir. Murder weapon was a statue of the thinker found next to the body, sir. It was heavy enough to be a deadly weapon, even in a girl's hands, sir. Fuck you, Dick. The court accepts the statue as evidence. They're still calling it a statue. Floor plans added to the court record. Cool. Now, detective. Yes, sir. You immediately arrested Miss Maya Fey, who was found at the scene, correct? Can you tell me why? Yes, sir. I had odd evidence she did it, sir. Detective Gumshoe, and please testify to the court about this hard evidence. Okay, witness testimony. Maya Fey's arrest. As soon as the phone call came in, I rushed to the scene. There were 2 people there already. The defendant, Miss Maya Fey, and the lawyer, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I immediately arrested Miss Maya Fey. Why? We had a witness account describing her. The witness saw Miss Maya Fey at the very moment of the murder. The very moment, you say. Very well, Mr. Wright. Very well, Mr. Wright. You may begin your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. Cross-examine what? I couldn't see a single contradiction in that testimony. Whoosh. Smack. Hey, Maya just threw something at me. What's this? Well, my sister couldn't find any contradictions in a witness's testimony. She would bluff it and press the witness on every detail. The witness always slips up and says something wrong. It worked lots of times. I should have expected Maya would know some of her sister's tricks. Alright, let's give this a try. Something the matter? No, Your Honor. I'd like to begin my cross-examination. Alright, we just gotta press everything. Hold it. Who did you say you got a call from? Hey, pal, don't play dumb. You know who. The call was from a customer at the Gateway Hotel, right across from the crime scene. Okay, I pressed. I'm not sure it did much, though. Right, please continue. Detective Gumshoe, how long would you say it took between you receiving the call and your arrival at the scene of the crime? Right, I'd say it was about 3 minutes. That's pretty fast. Our motto this month is quick response. Next month it'll be we need to give more people tickets. That's how I got there before the killer got away. Indeed. So tell us who the 2 people you found on the scene were. Yes, sir. Are you absolutely sure it was us? Listen, pal, your dumb act will only get you so far. With a funky hippie clothes and your spiky hair, you 2 stand out like suspicious people at a crime scene. Well, he does have a point about her. She's pretty unmistakable. I should pick my points to press with a little more care. Hold on just 1 second. Yeah? If I heard correctly, you said you arrested her because you had hard evidence she did it, correct? Huh? Did I say that? Me? I heard you say it. You did say it. You said it. Exactly what about the suspicious woman in Pink's claim was hard evidence? What? Miss May isn't suspicious, and she sure ain't Pink, pal. Well, I guess she is Pink. That's enough. Detective Gumshoe, do you have any more solid proof other than her claims, Detective? Guess pressing can have its advantages. Yes. Damn it. Sorry, I got the order of things mixed up in my testimony, Your Honor. Sir, there was something I should have told you about first, Your Honor. Very well, Detective. Let's hear your testimony again. Hard evidence. After securing the suspect, I examined the scene of the crime with my very own eyes. I found a memo written on a piece of paper next to the victim's body. On it, the word Maya was written clearly in blood. Lab test results show that the blood was the victim's. Also, there was blood found on the victim's finger. Before she died, the victim wrote the killer's name. How you like that? That's my odd evidence. Before we begin cross-examination, I have a question for you, Detective. Your Honor, why didn't you testify about this vital piece of evidence the first time? I know, I'm real embarrassed I forgot about it, Your Honor, sir. Try to be more careful. Very well. The defense may begin its cross-examination. Okay. After securing the suspect, Detective Gumshoe, do you get a lot of cases where the victim actually writes the killer's name? Sure, it happens all the time in books and in the movies. This isn't a movie, Detective. Oof. Let's talk about reality, shall we? I guess I haven't heard of many cases. No. Don't you find it a little odd that the victim would write down a name, especially the name of her own sister? Uh, yeah, actually, you got a point, pal. Stop right there. The witness's opinion on the matter is irrelevant. The facts are clear. The victim wrote down the name of the accused. The victim told us the name of her killer. Order, order. That didn't go so well. That's right, what he said. That's his whole testimony. Okay, there has to be a contradiction there somewhere. Let's find it. Examine the scene of the crime with my own eyes. The word Maya was written clearly in blood. After securing the suspect, I examined the scene of the crime with my own eyes. I found a memo written on a piece of paper next to the victim's body. On it, the word Maya written clearly in blood. Lab test results showed the blood was the victim's. There was blood found on the victim's finger. Before she died, the victim wrote the killer's name. Maybe the phone call where she talked to Maya? That could be. Oh, present. This evidence clearly... Okay, that's... They aren't, are they? Not at all. Mr. Wright, please think the facts over before making accusations. Fuck. Oh, maybe I just need to present it here instead. Damn it. That didn't go so well. Do you have proof that it was Mia who wrote that? Of course I do, pal. Uh-oh, he sounded pretty confident this might not be good. Oh, okay. Just because you found it next to the body doesn't mean the victim wrote it. Oh ho ho, then who did write it, Smarty Pants? Who? Killer? The killer. Anyone can see that. Huh, you're saying the killer wrote her own name? Buddy, please. She was framed. Hold on. If that's the case, where's your evidence? I guess that was a bit of a tall order for you. Those without evidence shouldn't open their mouths, Mr. Wright. Yeah, pal. Yeah, it definitely says Maya. Oh! Oh, she couldn't have wrote it. Death was instantaneous. Detective Gumshoe, there's one thing I want you to clarify for me here. You say the victim, Mia Fey, wrote this note, that she was accusing the defendant, Maya Fey? That's what you're saying. What? This isn't one of those lawyer tricks now, is it? Of course she wrote it. Who else could have? You have it backwards, Detective. But backwards? The victim is the only person who absolutely could not have written it. This is a report from your department, Detective. Immediate death due to a blow from a blunt object. She died immediately. But no butting your way out of this one, Detective. It's me, a jury member. Order, order. The defense has a point. Someone who died immediately wouldn't have had the time to write anything down. Mr. Wright, I beg your pardon, but when exactly did you obtain that autopsy report? What, when? The day after the murder. It was the day after the murder. The prosecution's point being... that autopsy report is outdated, Your Honor. But what? A second autopsy was performed yesterday at my request. Death was almost immediate due to a blow from a blunt object, but there is a possibility the victim lived for several minutes after the blow. I received these results this morning. No way. Your Honor, it's quite easy to imagine the victim did have time to write Maya. That is all. I see. Damn you, Edgeworth. I should have known you'd have something up your sleeve. Why, Mr. Wright, you look shocked. Something you want to say? You're a sham. The detective a sham. I'm a sham! Mr. Edgeworth, I've heard there's nothing you won't do to get your verdict. What reason could you possibly have had to request a second autopsy report? Mr. Wright, the defense will refrain personal attacks on the prosecution. No matter, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, say what you will, the evidence in the report is undeniable. Your Honor, I submit this report to the court. Understood. The court accepts the evidence. Damn it. Well, Your Honor, the evidence strongly suggests the victim was identifying the killer. I suppose that's the obvious conclusion, yes? Darn, this isn't good. The prosecution would like to call its next witness. This poor, innocent girl saw the murder with her own eyes. Let the witness, Miss April May, take the stand. Exactly what part of her is innocent? Witness, your name, please. April May, at your service. Wink. Order. An introduction should not require any reaction from the crowd. The witness will refrain from wanton winking. Aw, yes, Your Honor. This is not good. She's already captured the heart of every man in this courtroom. That's why it's helpful that I'm an ace attorney. Tell us, where were you on the night of September 5th when the murder occurred? Gee, I was, in my hotel room. I checked in right after lunch. And this hotel is directly across from the Fay & Co. law offices? That's right, big boy. Please testify to the court about what you saw. It was 9 o'clock at night. I looked out the window, and then, I saw a woman with long hair being attacked. The one attacking her was the mousy girl sitting in the defendant's chair. Then the woman, dodged to one side and ran away. But that girl, she caught up to her and she hit her. Then the woman with the long hair, she kinda slumped. The end. That's all I saw. Every little bitsy witsy. Well, Your Honor, I see. It is a remarkably solid testimony. I don't see a need to trouble the witness any. Wait, Your Honor. Yes, Mr. Wright? What about my cross-examination? I thought the witness's testimony just now was quite firm, didn't you? Mr. Wright, I understand you were Miss Mia Fey's understudy, were you not? You must know her techniques well. Her cowardly way of finding tiny faults in perfectly good testimonies. Hey, how dare you? Her hair is cute. Ah, I can tell that the volume is low for you. Well, Mr. Wright, will you cross-examine the witness? Yes! I'll gladly proceed with the cross-examination. Only because I have a feeling Edgeworth doesn't want me to. She has to have some weakness. Very well, you may begin your cross-examination. Okay. It was like 9 at night. Tied from a blunt blow. Okay, this doesn't have a time on it. I saw a woman with long hair being attacked. The one attacking her was the mousy girl sitting in the defendant's chair. Then the woman, dodged to one side and ran away, but the girl, she caught up to her and hit her. Why did you do that? Huh? Why? Why what? Why did you look out the window? Were you expecting to see something? Oh, well, gee. What? That's it? She can't get out of this question that easily. I sort of, I had a feeling. Well, I have a feeling she's trying to avoid the question. Maybe I should press a little harder on this one? Yeah. Let's see how far I can run with this. Surely you must have had a reason to look out your window at that time of night. Woo! Mr. Wright, I will not have you badgering my witness. But badgering? You insist on needling her with these trivial questions. I really don't think it should be allowed. Yeah, stop him. The poor girl. Order. Mr. Wright, you have been warned. Poor girl, what about poor me? You looked out the window. What did you see next? The woman with long hair. That was Mia Fey? Mm-hmm. Slender, sorta. Well, some people might say pretty, if that's your thing. Your thing? And the person attacking her? She dodged. Dodged what? Well, the attack. Please, continue your testimony. Oh, dang it, it's that one. I wish there was a way to jump to the end. How did you know it was my client? Huh? Well, gee. First of all, she had a girl's physique. And secondly, she was small. Who else could it be but her? She has a point. Hold on a minute. That testimony stinks. Well, what? Miss May, I'm willing to bet that... Did you really see the defendant at all? Or... Mr. Wright, what's the meaning of this? Yes, what's the meaning of this? Someone tell me, because I'm clueless. About this, I mean. Okay, if you had really witnessed my client, Maya Fey, you would have noticed her clothes before noticing her physique. No one wears clothes like this on a daily basis, except her. And I'm no expert on passion, but her hairdo looks far from normal to me. However, the witness's testimony mentions neither of those things. The testimony is bogus. But... Still, we don't know if she was dressed that way the night of the murder. She was, Your Honor. I saw her, and so did Detective Gumshoe. What do you say to that, Miss May? What are you trying to say, you mean lawyer? I saw what I saw. I just didn't think all the trifling little details were necessary, darling. Miss May, the court would like to remind you to please omit nothing in your testimony. I'm sorry, Your Honor. I'll be a good girl, I promise. Your testimony again, if you would. Damn, I almost had her. Okay. I did see everything. I did. The victim, the woman, dodged the first attack and ran off to the right. Then the girl in the hippie clothes ran after her. And she hit her with that weapon. I saw it. I did. That clock. The kind of statue-y clock. The Thinker, I think. Well, does the accuracy of my report not startle you? I see. I only wish you had been so detailed from the beginning. Please begin the cross-examination. Now, hold on a second. Okay. She ran off to the right. First off, I would like to look at the floor plans. She's on the window. She runs to the right. That doesn't really make sense, but I don't think that's what we need to be looking at right now, because it was specifically mentioned that... Why would she think it's a clock before thinking it's a statue? A clock? Didn't this come up in another testimony recently? Well, don't look so sour, Mr. Lawyer. You can't win 'em all. No, but I have a feeling I'm onto something now. Please. Miss May, what you said just now was quite revealing. Revealing? Ooh, you'd like that, wouldn't you? Naughty Mr. Lawyer. You just said the statue of the thinker was a clock. But there's no way of knowing that just by looking at it. Another person in much the same position as you recently called this a clock, too. And he was found guilty of murder. Order, order. Miss May, can you explain how you knew this was a clock? The witness told the murder with her own eyes, and that's all that's important here. The defense is trying to confuse the issue with trivial concerns. Yes, of course. You will withdraw your question, Mr. Wright. But questions are all I have, Your Honor, and as you may recall, I've caught murders with these questions before. Well, once. Objection sustained. You may continue to question the witness. Whew, that was close. If you stopped me there, the trial would be over. Huh? What? So what happens now? What happens now is you answer my question. How did you know it was a clock? What? That's... because I heard it? Yeah, I heard it say the time. So you've been to the law offices of Fay & Co.? No. Hey, I didn't say that. Why would I go there? I heard it from my hotel room. The law offices of Fay & Co., where the murder took place, is very close to the hotel. She could easily have cleared the clock. Well, Mr. Wright, are you satisfied? No! No, Your Honor! She heard the clock from across the street. Can't give up now. I'm not satisfied because she couldn't have heard it. You were at the hotel. There's no way you could have heard a clock go off in the building next door. You have proof that she could not? Amateurs. Listen to me, Mr. Wright. In the courtroom, proof is everything. Without it, you have nothing. You are nothing. Then I'd like to propose a test to see if she really could have heard. The prosecution denies your request. What? On what grounds? This is a trivial matter with no direct bearing on the case at hand. Indeed, objection sustained. Damn. Time to switch directions, quick. Ready to proceed, Mr. Wright? No, Your Honor. I'm not satisfied because it couldn't have rung. Oh, Your Honor, members of the court, that's right, it was full of documents. It didn't work. It's inconceivable that the clock in question rang. That clock is missing its clockwork. How could you possibly... Just take a look, right now. Oh, see anything interesting, Your Honor? It is as the defense says. This clock is missing its clockwork. It's quite empty. Mr. Wright, would you care to explain to the court the meaning of this? As you can see, the clock was empty. It couldn't have rung. Therefore, this witness is a big, fat liar. Fat? Well, Miss May. Tisk. Quite a show you've put on for us, Mr. Wright. He knew the clock was empty. Somehow, he knew. I'm afraid you've forgotten one thing, however. Indeed, the clock is empty, as you say. It can't ring. However, we must ask, when was the clockwork removed? If it was after the witness heard the clock, then there's no contradiction. That's true. That is a possibility. The clock might have been emptied after she heard it. And that is exactly what happens, Your Honor. Well, Mr. Wright, can you prove when the clockwork was removed? Impossible, of course. I have proof. What? Wasn't it you who told me proof is everything? Well, I was listening, and now I'll show you the proof you like so much. The evidence that proves when the clockwork was removed was this phone call. Take a look at this. That's a very cute cell phone. Woohoo! You have a girly phone. Wait, this isn't my phone. Listen, this is the defendant's cell phone, and it contains a recording. A recording of a conversation she had with the victim on the day of the murder. Order. The defendant's cell phone? This wasn't brought to my attention. Perhaps Detective Gumshoe overlooked it. Good detective better remember he's up for evaluation soon. Gotta say, I'm starting to feel bad for the big fella. Let's hear the conversation. So you just want me to hold on to the thinker for you, then? If you could. I should probably tell you, the clock isn't talking right now. Huh? It's not working? That's lame. I had to take the clockwork out, sorry. September 5th, 9:27 a.m. Beep. Your Honor, I think this makes it clear the clockwork was already gone by the time this was recorded. Which was well before the witness even arrived at her hotel. Well, Miss May, would you care to explain this to the court? Just how did you know that weapon was a clock? Well, isn't it obvious? I saw that clock before. What store was that again? I go to so many. Oops, I forgot. So the witness would have seen it before. That makes sense. Does the defense have any objections? Yes, it's a handmade clock, one of two, made by Larry Butts. The witness claims she had seen it before, but this directly contradicts a piece of evidence already submitted to this court. Well, then let's see it. Please produce this evidence that will prove the witness had not seen this clock before. It's simple. This clock was never in any store, ever. What? A friend of mine made that clock. Only two exist in the world, and the one that isn't here is in police custody. Impossible. Everything's sold in stores. Miss May, I think it's high time you went shopping for a better excuse. Oh, excuse is not on sale today? Oh, ho, ho. Whoa. What did you porcupine head? That stupid clock doesn't matter, okay? She did it, and she should die for it. Die! Whoa, let's not get ahead of ourselves. This is a court of law, and the witness will remain calm. Oh, silly me. Did I, lose it? I guess I did. Scary. Miss May, let me ask. Tell me, how did you know the weapon was a clock? Oh dear. Does the defense have an opinion on this behavior? Okay, this is it. Yes, Your Honor. Allow me to explain how I see the truth of the matter. Miss April May, you knew the weapon was a clock. This is familiar territory. I'll just use the same brush with there. Miss May held that clock in her very hands. Mr. Wright, when was this? When she used it to strike the victim. When else? Order. Mr. Wright, what is the meaning of this? April May, you killed Mia Fey, I say. And when you struck, the force of the impact made the thinker ring. That's when you heard it. No. There's already no clockwork in it. You truly are a work of art, Mr. Wright. What's that supposed to mean? It was you who just proved the thinker was empty. Oh. Of course it wouldn't ring. What's more, the witness has a rock-solid alibi. Miss May, perhaps you could explain to the poor, misguided Mr. Wright that you were in the hotel at the time of the murder. She can't prove she did. It would be my pleasure. No way. Yes way, Mr. Lawyer. Didn't the murder take place at 9 at night? Gee, that's the exact time I ordered some room service from the hotel bellboy. Incidentally, the bellboy corroborates the witness's story. Ergo, she was not at the crime scene. Rock solid. Mr. Wright, you've just made a serious accusation against a perfectly innocent woman. Sorry, Your Honor. But if that's the case, then how did she know it was a clock? Wait, Your Honor, I figured it out. There's one other way Miss April May could have known it was a clock. One way alone, and I have proof. Well, proof, you say. Then the court will examine your proof, Mr. Wright. How did the witness know the thinker was a clock? It's probably this. Have a look at this. Oh, that? I found this in Miss May's room. Mr. Wright, please explain to the court what this is. Miss April May, you were tapping the victim Miss Mia Fey's phone, were you not? Ooh, ooh. Your Honor, this is irrelevant. I'm not entirely sure that it is. Objection overruled. It troubles me that our witness was in possession of a wiretap. This is outrageous. Does the defense truly claim the witness was tapping her phone? Absolutely. Even if that was the case, which it's not, you still have to prove one thing. Did the victim ever say that the weapon was a clock on the phone? Can you prove that? I think not. Oh yeah? I think I can. It's simple. What? Here's my proof. The proof the victim said on the phone, it's probably on the phone. I present the defendant's cell phone. Yes, we've seen that. Listen once more to the conversation between the defendant and the victim. Mia, what's up? You haven't called in a while. Well, actually, there's something I want you to hold on to for me. Again? What's it this time? It's a clock. It's made to look like that statue, the Thinker, and it tells you the time. Miss April May, you used a wiretap to listen to this conversation. That's how you knew the Thinker was a clock. Am I wrong? Hi. Your Honor, this is ridiculous. Your Honor, look at the witness's face. Does she seem amused to you? The defense demands an answer. Witness, answer the question. Did you tap her phone? Miss May. Shut up, all of you. What gives you the right to talk to me like that? You lawyer. It's no fair. All of you ganging up on me like that. Oh, so I'm the bad girl. Is that it? Oh. That did it. The court's seen the real Miss April May now. Now to deal the final blow. Miss May, why did you tap her phone? Answer the question. Do I have to? Isn't this a murder trial? Isn't tippity-tapping or irrelevant? She's saying exactly what Edgeworth wants her to say. Miss May, you were tapping the victim's phone. I hardly call that irrelevant. While this court does not condone the defense's tone of voice, he has a point. Well, Miss May, do you have an explanation for the court? At the time of the murder, I was in my hotel room getting room service. How could I have killed her? If you don't believe me, just ask the bellboy. Well, does the defense have anything to say? Well, no, because the bellboy will just prove that she was there. Right. On with the cross-examination. What exactly do you have left to examine, Mr. Wright? Miss April May has admitted to the wiretap, yes, but that bears no relevance to the case at hand. Murder. There's no way you can prove any connection. I think it can't be the end. Then I believe the cross-examination is over. Mr. Edgeworth, does the prosecution have any other witnesses to call? None, Your Honor. She's the last. What? But that means I is guilty? No. Wait, Your Honor. Yes, Mr. Wright. The defense would like to call the bellboy after all. As I thought. May I remind you, dear Mr. Wright, should you question the bellboy, and Miss April May's alibi prove to be solid, then by default, your client, Miss Maya Fey, will be pronounced guilty. Are you prepared to accept my condition? Edgeworth. He's got me backed into a corner, but I don't see any other way to take this. I accept. Very well. The court calls the hotel bellboy to the stand. I believe we're ready for the witness to testify. He certainly does look like a bellboy. Oh, fuck, what voice did I give this guy? It was like vaguely British, but not slimy in the way Edgeworth is. Yes, sir. I received your summons in the middle of work, sir. Happy to be of service. That tea set looks rather heavy, so without further ado, the witness may begin his testimony. Very good, sir. Okay. I am the head bellboy at the Fine Gatewater Hotel, in business for 4 generations. I believe I received a call at 8 in the evening from my guest, Miss May. She asked for an iced coffee to be brought to her at 9 on the dot, sir. I brought it to her at precisely the requested time, of course, and I delivered the iced coffee to our guest, Miss May herself. I see. The defense may begin its cross-examination. Right, I'm ready. I hope. This is it. If I can't prove Miss May was involved with the murder now, I will be finished. And the head bellboy received a call at 8 in the evening from Miss May. She asked for iced coffee to be brought to her at 9 on the dot. Brought it to her precisely at the time requested. I delivered the iced coffee to our guest. And precisely 9 o'clock, then. Precisely, exactly, and most definitely, sir, 9 p.m. How can you be so sure? Miss May was quite insistent that it be brought then. Oh, bellboy, tee-hee, I'd like iced coffee at exactly 9 o'clock. Something like that, sir. Therefore, I knocked on her door at the crack of 9 o'clock, sir. Why would she be so particular about the time? Okay, but if you delivered it to her herself, then how was she looking out the window at that time? You're sure it was Miss April May herself? Absolutely, sir. Absolutely. Yes, sir, as in, so very absolutely, sir. It's an endearing mannerism of mine. How come you're so very certain? Well, when I brought the room service, she, the guest, favored me with an embrasser, sir. Embrasser? Is that French for embrace? It's French for kiss, sir. But not a French kiss, sir. More of a peck on the cheek, sir. Yes, I'm using French, even though I'm quite British. Don't worry about it, sir. Why would she have done that? I believe, perhaps, she was momentarily swayed by my prim demeanour, sir. It was a moment I shall never, ever forget, sir. Sounds pretty fishy to me. I think our Miss May was up to something and wanted the bellboy to remember her. It's no good. There's nothing there. Is that it? Finally, you understand. This bellboy has absolutely no reason to lie. Now, if you have any decency, you'll end this rather tedious cross-examination here. It was a bit tedious. The witness may leave the stand. Can't let this happen, can I? Wait, please, wait. Yes, does the defense have something to add? One last question. Let me ask one last question. Your Honor, I must object. This charade of justice has gone on long enough. Now, Mr. Edgeworth. All right, Mr. Wright, I'll give you one more question, that's all. This is my last chance. What do I ask him about? I'm still on the track that if he was there at 9 p.m. sharp, and she went outside and gave him an embrasser on the cheek, then how could she have seen the murder? Tell me about room service. Again, sir. At exactly 9 o'clock, I delivered room service to Miss May in room 303. The guest had requested iced coffee. $18 was the charge, as I recall. I see. $18. Doesn't that seem a bit expensive? Yes, well, iced coffee for 2, you know, and we don't skimp on the ice, sir. What did you say? What did you say? Rather quiet. Bellboy, tell us the truth now. Was someone else staying in Miss May's room? I object. That was objectionable. Objection overruled. The witness will answer the question. Yes, I see. Why did you not mention this in your testimony? Well, sir, you didn't ask. Nice try. That's the sort of thing you're normally supposed to mention. Ah, yes, quite. Indeed. It was the, good barrister there, Mr. Edgeworth, who... He asked me not to mention it if I wasn't specifically asked, sir. Ugh, you fool. I've done it. I've won! Not really. Miss April May checked into a twin room with a man, correct? Yes, sir. Then when you brought them room service, you didn't see that man in the room? That's right, sir. Your Honor, we have just learned of another person involved who may have been the murderer. In light of this new fact, I hold that it's impossible to judge the defendant. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Edgeworth? And who, Mr. Wright, who is this other person? Simple, it was... the man with Miss May. The man who checked in with Miss May. Your Honor, as has been previously revealed, Miss April May was tapping the victim's phone, yet Miss May herself has an alibi at the time of the murder. However, that does not clear the man that was with her. The bellboy saw no one else in the room at the time of the murder. Oh my, what a convenient little setup. But it's too late. Too late. I suppose you'd like it if it was too late, wouldn't you? After all, it was you who hid the presence of the other man from this court. Ugh. Upstart, amateur. These accusations are ludicrous. Enough. The court acknowledges the defense's argument. I expect the prosecution and defense to look into this matter fully. Am I understood? Yes. Yes, Your Honor. That is all today for the trial of Maya Fey. The court is adjourned. Whew. Mr. Wright, you were amazing in there. Really? I think I might be your newest fan. Oh, I was just doing my job, you know? And again, that other attorney was pretty cool, too. Huh? That face of his, with his eyes wide and trembling lips, it sent shivers up my spine. If you say so. So what happens with me? Do I get to go home now? Well, no, I don't think so. Not yet. Oh, I see. But I got a great lead in today's trial. A lead? That man with Miss May. He's the key. Oh, I get it. What happened to Miss May after that, anyway? I heard they arrested her. I guess she's learning her charms won't work everywhere. She's probably at the detention center now. I may have to go down there later. Anyway, this case is far from closed. Yes, sir. I'm going to find out more about this man. Do you think he was the one who... Maybe so. Sis... Don't worry. I'll find him by tomorrow. I promise. I'm counting on you. I asked for a full record of April May's testimony. Thought it might come in handy during the trial tomorrow. But now that I have it, I'm not so sure. Most of her testimony was all lies. In fact, there's only one part that hasn't been stricken from the record. Perfect! Yes! That's the part that I'm still working on. Because she dodged to the right, presumably Miss April May's right, but there was a broken thing on the left, which implied that she must have dodged to the left. Perfect. I don't know how much good this will do me at all. Oh, I do! Anyway, time to hit the pavement and do some investigating. Maya doesn't belong in that detention center, and it's up to me to set her free. To be continued. Yes, I would like to save my progress. And I think we're gonna go ahead and call it there for tonight. A little short one tonight, but that seems like a good place to call it. And I do have work tomorrow, so I think we'll go ahead call it a night. I never turned on desktop audio. Well, it's a good thing I was doing all the voice acting. Um, Professionals. Real professionals here. Well, I... Well, at least it's just the music that got missed. Well, like I said, that's going to be it for tonight. So, if you want to find out when we're doing the next episode, you can check out our Discord. You can see all the old VODs on YouTube. And if you want to see some old, less important, not less important, just outdated. Not outdated, just old. I need to choose better words. If you want to see some older stuff, you can check out our Clips channel. So, thanks everyone for coming by, and I think that is going to do it for tonight.